Goalkeepers, nervous strikers, they'll deliver. Crowd roars erupted, you can feel the quake. 80,000 voices.
Hello everybody, how you doing? You're welcome to the channel. How are you doing? I hope everyone is fine. Now today, of course, we've got lots to talk about, and we'll be talking about FIFA apparently going on with the investigation. We're talking about Uche Chrisantus, something revealed about his contract as well. That's super important for us to know about, also discuss. And we'll be talking about the Flying Eagles looking at their squad list. Now, so before we get to the Flying Eagles, before we get to Uche Chrisantus, let's go straight to talk about what everyone, sort of wants to know. It's been this whole talk about point deduction for South Africa. Is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? So we've got a bit of information. We've got news, sort of reports filtering in various news outlets, pushing out there. Content creators, sports journalists have it out there, talking about point deduction for South Africa. So I'll just read one of the tweets put out there by a Nigerian journalist. Is the next, so I'll put this out there, and I'll bring this up. Hopefully, can get this to be a lot bigger than this. So let's read what he has on here. So he says that's Godwin in I'll just say Godwin. Hopefully, I don't butcher his last name. So he says South Africa finally receives FIFA's letter to explain the fielding of an ineligible Tobeho Mokoena against Lesotho. The case has been referred to the FIFA Disciplinary Committee, with SAFA given 6 days to submit their response. Now, news is that in fact, actually, it's now happened. It's now we've now actually seen some movement. We've now actually seen that FIFA haven't been sleeping on this. But for me, I still feel like this isn't sufficient. I still feel like this isn't, good enough yet. Because why are you asking them to explain? What are they explaining? Is there any reason that they will give to say, oh, no, you know what, FIFA, listen, please, listen. We're short of players, and so the only player we could get was a player who was not meant to play in that game under any circumstances. So yeah, that's why we played him. So I'm wondering, is there any reason that South Africa would give to FIFA and then felt say, oh yeah, I kind of think that's a good reason. That's a good reason why an eligible player should play in a World Cup qualifying fixture. So I don't quite get the investigation. It should be point blank. Boom, you play an ineligible player. Boom, you get 3 points deducted. Okay, fair play. Now that's one issue. What that I have, I wonder what your thoughts are, opinions are. Let me know in the comment section. So, if you already know an ineligible player was played, why are you having a further discussion as to they need to respond to you? Okay, I'm just thinking on the other side of things, maybe it's just a formal, just formalities to say, okay, we've had this investigation. These are our findings. Now you give us feedback, and that's it. And then 2 points and then the punishments get handed out to SAFA. The sanctions get handed out. So that's one point. Now the second point as well is I hope it actually gets to be a 3-point deduction. I really hope it actually is a 3-point deduction and not some sort of weird fine or something of the sort. I hope it's actually a 3-point deduction if that comes to it. Now, there are other things that we'll talk about if and when, if those 2 points are deducted, what Nigeria can do, if Nigeria will even be ready to take advantage of the 2 points deducted and things like that. But we'll have that talk. For me, on the basis of principle alone, if you have, if South Africa feel that an individual player, immediately 3 points should be deducted, even if Nigeria has 2 points. It's a question of principle. It's not a question of, oh, can you catch up their points? No, question of principle, those points should be deducted. Okay, so the question is now can we win our 2 games? Now that's a fair point, Kelvin. That's the 4 point, Kevin. We'll be getting to that point very, very soon. That's a really, really fair point. Can we win the 2 games left? I think against Benin Republic and Lesotho at home. I think those games are winnable games. So for me, first off, why has it taken so long, to get this point deducted, to get rather this investigation started and getting award sent out, FIFA sent out the award to South Africa? That's one side of it. And then the next thing, like I mentioned, is what reason would South Africa give that would make FIFA say, wow, you know what, you've convinced us. That's right. You play an ineligible player. That's a very good reason for you to play an ineligible player. So let's see how that shapes up with that. And then finally, with respect to the investigation, I'm hoping that it's no fine. We don't want to see any fine, because any sort of fine, like say $10 million, Mosepe would pay that out of his, pocket money, out of the money he pays to his driver. So no, it should be actual 3 points deducted, 3 goals awarded against South Africa. Then that would then mean South Africa will have 14 points. Nigeria would go on to have would go on then to have what's called now 11 points, and therefore it will be a 3 points gap. Now, it seems a bit odd to me as well. Please pardon me, I'm not trying to be any sort of conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but because if this investigation has started prior to the South African game, and you've had the point deduction, released in that before the South African game to say, boom, Nigeria, you get 11 points, boom, South Africa, you have 14 points. I think that South Africa game goes a little bit differently. Now, of course, subject to Eric Chill playing the right players in their rightful position. Of course, that's something that he has to get right. And that's something we'll have to speak about later on the show, right? But I think that would have affected South Africa's mentality going into that game. And this whole dark arts thing they did with, taking the game to, a rugby stadium, they wouldn't have done that, because they would have also wanted to win that game, to sort of strengthen their position. Because 6 points, as opposed to 3 points, it's a massive difference, obviously. So it's a bit odd, the timing of this, but for me, better late than never right now. You should come up, get the 3 points deducted, and let's move on. Then the follow-up question to this is, okay, yes, South Africa gets 3 points deducted. Yes, they get three goals awarded against them. They got a 3 goals deficit. Now, Benin Republic will then have 14 points. Nigeria will be on 11 points. South Africa will be on 11 points. Will be on 14 points as well. We'll be on 11 points as well. We'll be on 11 points as well. So Nigeria will be 11 points. South Africa will be 14 points. Benin Republic will be on 14 points too. Lesotho, I think they're out of the question right now, although they will possibly have those 3 points awarded in their favor. But the 3 teams in the running will be South Africa, Benin Republic, and Nigeria. Then the next question that comes to mind is, can now Nigeria take advantage of these deducted points from South Africa? That then becomes the big question. Because for me, one problem I've had with the Nigerian Football Federation is this. Not just with respect to Nigerian football, with the Super Eagles, with the Super Eagles, Flying Eagles, the MPFL. It's like there's no obsession to win. You don't have this, we must win. We must do everything it takes to win. Our focus is on win. So we'll get the best players available, whether they are mono-nationals within the country, dual nationals outside of the country, as long as they can represent Nigeria, as long as they're the absolute best players, because we are so obsessed with winning, we just want to win. We'll get the best of the best players. We'll, have them in the best hotels, have them, in the best, take the best flights, book the best flight for them. If we have any compensation or anything we have to pay to them, we make sure we do it on time, right? So now the question is, will Nigeria take advantage of these 3 points deducted, right? That is the big question. I've heard the likes of, Yakubu going to say, oh, these players, trying to go the old school route, of players not having a passion. For me, I just think that's a very lazy narrative. So I'll put the link up in the chat, but very soon. So you want to join, just join. But I think what I'm saying, it's here. It seems a lazy narrative to me because all these former players, they like to come with, oh, passion. Yeah, passion is important. But when I look at these players, I don't think the problem is lack of passion. I think there's something more technical that we need to look at. First off, we need to start with Eric Sekuchil. We need to. I know some people love him. I really liked him when he came in at first, but there are certain things he's beginning to do that's making me scratch my head. And I'm sure if you're watching the games, I'm sure it's making you scratch your head as well. There have been games where, the game versus Zimbabwe, he played Olai now out of a bunch of other players out of position. Then we go to the Rwanda game. I think Bruno Yemachi started that game. Or he didn't even start. No. And then South African game, Victor Osimhen got injured, fair play, in the game versus Rwanda. Nigeria won. Tolaro Kodari played very well. You dropped him on the bench. And your own tactics, you knew that you wanted to play long ball. And the biggest striker you had, you dropped him on the bench. And I wouldn't call him frail. I don't want to be disrespectful, but Cyril Dessas, this physical part of the game is not his game at all. And even if you had a plan of using Cyril Dessas, the moment you walked onto that pitch, maybe for the initial inspection, how we're looking at it, and the moment you saw the pitch the way it was, immediately you could have said, no, we can't play any sort of tippy-tappy, sexy ball on this pitch. No, we have to go long. Fair play, go long, but use the right players. Ademola Lookman, one of our best players, you play him out of position. That's not showing me that you want to win. Now, we have a question about, that the NFF imposed just Ekong on Chile. For me, that's a big problem on two grounds. The first one is NFF. Why would you be insisting on having a player play that the manager doesn't want to play? First off, why would you even do that? That makes no sense to me. Right? And then on the other hand, how come we have a manager with no backbone to play a player that is not, thanks for joining, Babatunde. I'll get to you very quickly. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. How would you, as a manager, not have the backbone to say, okay, I'm going with Benjamin Frederick, he is my man, boom, he starts. Why would you then go, oh, you know what, I would really want to qualify for the World Cup, but I'll go with this guy I don't want to use. I'll go with this guy that doesn't suit my system. And then you want to say, oh, Dessas was the same thing as well. Oh, Dessas is like, what is it, 5'9", 5'11", or maybe is it 6 feet? And I want to play long balls, and I have this giant of a striker, but no, I'm not going to play him. I'll keep him on the bench because of the NFF. So that's the question. If these points get deducted right now, can Nigeria step up to say, boom, let's get our big boys in. Let's get our big guns in. Because, okay, Victor Boniface, people criticize Victor Boniface. I say, listen, he plays video games. He's a streamer. The coach of Barcelona, or rather, the coach of PSG, he has a Twitch account. He does live streams, and he's a different type of striker altogether. So I'll come back to that bit. But Babatunde, first off, your thoughts on this whole 3-point deduction, why you think it's taking so long, and then what are your reactions to this investigation that they say they want to have, as opposed to just yanking the points off, as someone like me would rather prefer. So let me hear what you have to say about it.
Mr. Ogo, thank you very much. It's nice to be on your show again. I have gone into exile after we drew that game against South Africa. It was really heartbreaking, looking at the whole condition, the pitch, everything, That game, honestly speaking, if you go and watch that game again, you discover that is a whole different entirely. It's a whole different story entirely. You know, when you're watching the match as it is happening, you know, tension and everything. But when you're just watching the match with a pure mind and then there are no
Mm-hmm.
tension anything attached, you will discover that the Super Eagles really played good game. They played well,
Yeah.
honestly, but it was not just meant to be that day. You know, they fought. And you know, let me start from the 3 point deduction before I come to Ipeba, because Ipeba is just I really respected him, but after I coming out to say what he said, honestly I lost my respect for him. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't expect anything more because he works with the NFF. So what do you expect? So, but starting from the 3 point deduction, this is all shenanigans. I mean, FIFA carve shenanigans. Honestly speaking, the truth is that the whole world is now talking about this 3 point deduction. Press talking about it, journalists talking about it, television stations talking about it. So at this point, FIFA know that they no longer have a hiding place. So they
Mm-hmm.
don't have a choice that just to do what is right. If we tell ourselves that Motsepe does not have something to do with this thing, we are lying. Because if we check it, Equatorial Guinea have been dealt with. Other countries that infringed on FIFA rules have been dealt with. Only
Mm-hmm.
South Africa was exempted. So what does that tell us? That simply tells us that they know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. I mean, they really, really know what they are doing. They just don't want, you know, South Africa to be dogged that point, because they know that if South Africa is dogged that point during these qualifiers, it's going to motivate other teams. They know.
Yeah.
So in
True.
a way, they know that if they you know delay the point deduction, it be probably till after the qualifiers, whatever have been done have already been done. So they know exactly, but at this point, now that they have opened investigation already, there's nothing they can do again. That point will be docked, 3 points will be docked, 3 goals will be deducted, and then South Africa will go back to 14 points and fewer goal difference. But the question remains: can we take 6 points in October?
Yeah.
Can we take 6 points? Can
Yeah.
we beat? I know we are going to beat Lesotho because we're not going to that field again. They've already
Mm-hmm.
said that the game will be moved to another stadium. I forgot the name of the stadium in South Africa. And again, there's another development now.
Mm-hmm.
Zimbabwe is moving their game away from South Africa.
Yeah.
They are moving it to Botswana. So you know the whole thing is getting so interesting. It's getting so interesting because you know South Africa. Let me not say they are celebrating too early.
Well, I
They are
mean,
celebrating really. So somebody on the comment section said that why can't I shut up about the pitch? I think you're the one that should shut up because I know the person is from South Africa. You know, you're the one that should shut up because it's a disgrace on South African football to
yeah.
take us to that kind of pitch. It's a big disgrace on their football. They don't know. They think they are doing us.
Yeah.
It's a big
Yeah. As
disgrace.
in,
You know
it's
what?
just for me. It
You
was
know what
just.
I'm saying?
I just think it just. I don't know. It just pointed to this whole dark arts thing because one of the things that South Africans like to, punch, that is figuratively, punch other countries with,
Sorry,
especially.
sorry. You see how daft South Africans are. Let me tell you how daft they are. Now that they want to play Lesotho in their next game, who are they playing next? I can't. No, not Lesotho. At Zimbabwe, is it Zimbabwe? I can't remember. They are moving the game away from that stadium. So why can't they play in that same stadium? Why are they not playing in that same stadium? Why are they not playing there? If they have
Yeah.
sense and they are sure of themselves, Bafana, with all the noise around them, Mbokazi, this one, that one, they should go and play in that stadium against their next opponent. They did it because it's Nigeria. They know,
Yeah,
they know,
they didn't
they
want
know
they
they
didn't want
cannot
Nigeria
beat
to come
us.
out and
They know they
play
cannot beat
anymore.
us fair and clean and fair. They know. So they did it because it was Nigeria and they are scared. So that's why they took us to that stadium. And they are saying that, I saw a news before that game that they've sold out all the tickets. I was shocked that day the stadium was not full. I was shocked. I
Okay.
was shocked.
I'll come back
I
to you
was
about
shocked.
today. Let me just see
Uh,
what's Kelvin. Kelvin, are you there? Kelvin, are you there or network issues or
Guys,
anything like
a very good evening, guys.
yeah, you're welcome.
A very good evening. How's it going?
I'm good, I'm good. So yeah,
Thank
so
you,
what's
thank you.
your first of your
Yeah,
thoughts
but
on this
let
whole
me
thing?
just
Yeah.
put on some point. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't blame South Africa. I blame
Mhm.
NFF. Let's be honest here, because South Africa can't do this stuff to any North African country, like being Morocco, Egypt, or Algeria. Trust me. Like we have a football federation, and these guys are bringing this stadium for a World Cup qualifiers, which you know is so crucial. And you just close your hands and sit there, wearing
Mhm.
kaftan. You can do anything. So it's so painful, yeah.
Oh, network
I
issues.
can see
So
the network. Sorry, let me just come in. I think I really agree with what it's the NFF story. I was on Eagles tracker. I called into their show,
Yeah.
and I was blasting and ranting on NFF that day that I almost caused trouble on that channel that day where people were posting that I posted it that we should protest. We should
Mhm.
protest against NFF. We should protest. Sorry, let me just somebody on the comment say that guy should be professional. Don't be emotional analyst. First of all, I'm not a football analyst. Let me just correct you. I'm a football fan, so I'm expected to be emotional. You understand? Yeah, so I'm expected to be emotional. Let me correct that point of correction. I'm a football fan, just the way you are. So just the way you are emotional about your country, I'm also emotional about my country. I'm not an analyst, so I can't be, I can't be plain. I have to be biased towards my country. Just point of correction, in case so that you know. So as I was saying before, it was I was chatting. I was saying that NFF should be disbanded. We know they have their faults, but we are not talking about NFF today. We are talking about the deed that's been done. We are still going to come for NFF big time because they are the most
Mhm.
referee
Mhm.
I've ever seen in the world. And then coming to Victor Pepper that was saying that the players are not passionate. Okay, let me ask you a question, Mr. Ogo. I would like to ask you some questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Countries like Brazil, Argentina, England, USA, the players are passionate or not, sir?
Yeah, I will answer your
But
question. I will
yeah,
answer your
but
question, and then I would. Let me just let you finish, right? Because I know I
yes.
have something more,
So the
a lot to
players are
say.
passionate or not, sir? That's number one. Number two,
Mhm.
does it make their FA incompetent? Does it mean that because the players are what's it called? The players are passionate. Does it mean that the NFF should be incompetent? Does it make that FA, Germany, England, Argentina, those big footballing nations, the fact that their players are passionate, does it make their FA incompetent? That's my question. I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay. Okay. So said to come. I'll come to you. I see the comments you put there. He said the NFF knows that they made our players, i.e., South African players, sleep at the airport, made them drive long distance.
that's a
Um,
big lie.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that point. Now, talking about this NFF thing is that's one thing I've always said. This whole issue is multifaceted. You have the question with Chile, you have the South African issue, you have the question with the NFF. Now, I talk about one nationals a lot on this channel, and the normal thing you get the blowback you get is players are not passionate. Or they don't want to play for Nigeria. They're arrogant. I have this question similar to what you asked. I said, so you mean only Nigerian players, that is players with Nigerian heritage, are arrogant?
As in,
Players of Moroccan that have Moroccan and maybe English or Dutch heritage, right? They're not arrogant. They always want that they play for Morocco. They go Algeria. They're not arrogant. Those are, it's only if you have any sort of link to Nigeria that you will be arrogant. you know, so it just crazy to me. Like Argentina, the FA have like if it was someone like Argentina, as you walk onto the pitch, you look at it, instantly you protest. Instantly
yeah,
you make the
exactly,
report that pitch is not good enough.
exactly.
I know you do that. So for me, I think the whole issue is multifaceted. Like when this list, when the groupings were announced, I looked at it and said, this group is good. This group we are working it. That the toughest team in this group is South Africa. We are working it. But the NFF went on with their whole nonsense. So first off, Jose Pesero, you knew you were not going to keep this man. You knew after getting Nigeria to the AFCON final, losing narrative to Ivory Coast, you knew you were not going to keep him. What did you do? You kept him along for two crucial games, points dropped, and then you took him off. And then so would have thought, okay, why we're giving him this time so we can take our time, get a good replacement in. What did you do? You went and you got Finidi George.
The truth is that NFF has the biggest part of the blame. On in fact, 99.9% of the blame is to
We're, we're getting there. The NFL, there's a serious issue. And nobody said, like, it feels like it's a spiritual thing that's wrong with the NFL.
yeah. See,
Because,
the NFF, until we have the right people with the right mindset, that will begin to run our football, we will continue like this.
yeah, because,
And the truth is that in Nigeria, if we don't begin to take some things by force, these people they will continue to take us for granted.
true.
Honestly speaking, because they just feel like whenever anything goes wrong, the only thing we will do is to come online, shout and rant, and everybody will go back to their normal activity. So because of that, they don't take us seriously.
Yeah.
It is until we begin to do something serious. Look at the way Moroccan football is seriously transforming year in, year out.
Exactly.
Year in, year out. Now, I saw the latest world ranking today. Morocco is now ranked, is it number 11, or number 14 or number 13 in the world? Nigeria has dropped. Nigeria has dropped again. Yeah, Nigeria has dropped.
They deserve to go up the rankings. They deserve to go up the rankings.
Nigeria has dropped out of the number one. Nigeria has dropped out of the number top 5 countries, even in Africa. We're not among the top 5 countries. We are now number 6.
It has to be, because when you look at the kind of talent Nigeria has, we'll be getting to talk about Flying Eagles, and there's some things we'll talk about that probably will shock and shake your brain, right? We've got to talk about Flying Eagles.
Even that one is another story on its own. The way they selected the squad. I have some information that we share too.
Yeah, you have. When you go to, for instance, there's two aspects of this. Each time you talk about talent, right? Each time you talk about talent, you look at both the dual national side and the mono national side, right? So you look at Italy. Destiny Elimogale, this boy, absolute baller. What they'll tell you is that, it's arrogant, we're not going to beg anybody to play for us. And they feed into that narrative, that loser mentality. A lot of Nigerians buy into it. We'll beg anybody. But have you seen Belgium care about that? Have you seen that people don't know that 70%, let me just put it that a large portion of Argentines have Italian citizenship as well.
Sorry, Mr. Let me answer these South Africans. Please, South Africans on this platform, just the way I called into the show. If you have mind, you are not scared, you have mind. Call in, let's talk football. Call in, stop being a keypad or your keypad warrior or something. Call into the show. If you have mind, don't let me say South Africans are always scared though. Call into the show if you have mind, let's talk. Stop being a keypad warrior. Call in, let's talk face to face. Stop being a keeper. Call into the show. We said, do I know Mbokazi? Who is Mbokazi? See, call into the show. If you have mind, call in. Call into the show. If you are not scared, you are a man that from South Africa, call into the show. Let's talk football. If you are not scared, call in. The way I'm calling. I'm challenging you, South Africans. Nanomano, Sesetu, call in. Let's talk football.
Yeah. So the point of yeah, they always keep this place very lively. I like their banter. I like their banter really.
They should call in. Same thing on Nico Sparker. They will never call in. They will not be keeper warriors. Call in.
So so then there's Elimogale, there's Rio Ugumoha for Liverpool.
I know Ugumoha very
well.
That guy is
there's Tyreek George
of Chelsea.
So I can go on of Chelsea. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. So you want to say all of these people. You've just mentioned like 5. I can go all day mentioning others. So you say all of these ones, they're all arrogant.
Did you see the under 20 score that they just?
I'm coming. Don't worry, we are right there. We'll hit that one. Let's finish with the senior boys first. Senior boys.
Shame,
and then we'll go there. And then we'll go there. Let's finish with the senior boys first, and then.
Sorry, Mr. Ogo. Sorry for cutting you. I saw what Nandomano said. He said Safa is just as bad, but you never see us kicking and screaming all over the show. Sorry to say, Safa is learning what corruption is from Nigeria. You don't know what corruption is. When you come to Nigeria, when you come to NFF, you know that Safa is just like 1% of what was it called? Should you guys still have good pitches all over the country? You guys, you still pay your players. You don't really hold them. You guys, you choose players based on merit. You guys, you allow your coach to do his job. Do you know what is happening? Oh God, let me not talk. Please,
so, Kelvin, I've seen you. I'll bring you. I'll bring you on very soon to join us. But so you have all these dual national talents, right? Okay, whatever thing you say, arrogance, whatever. We don't want to beg anybody. All right, fine, I play. George Ilenikena. Some people don't know he only has Nigerian nationality. They say, well. He has just, probably he has just Nigerian nationality. All you have to do is invite him. That's it. Okay, Shola Ogundono, Alpha, what are you saying about that? He just had Nigerian nationality, was beyond limits, Remo Stars, and then he went to Flamengo, now gone to to Dynamo Kiev. So what stopped you from getting in? What nationality battle stopped you? So we come up with all those excuses when it comes to to getting players in. So come and some of these ex players, they contribute to making matters worse because of the poor or let's say idiotic things they say, and a lot of Nigerians buy into it, which is like, okay, what was his name? I forgot his name. I would have mentioned his name. He said something. He said the fact that you play well for your club doesn't mean you play well for your national team. Like, what? Then by what other metric would you use to invite someone to your national team? On merit.
I think it was Eguavon that made that statement.
Not go. Onazi. Onazi made that statement. Onazi made it.
Onazi said it.
Yeah.
Eguavon said it. Even Eguavon was doing the press conference. Eguavon said it.
How would you say that sort of thing? Is that not what makes your job as an international manager easier? You watch Premier League, you watch whatever league. Oh, this guy is doing well. Your scout. Oh, this guy is doing well for his club. Okay, come and be part of the team. Is that not the whole thing? Is that not how you do it? So there's that whole NFF madness of things, getting players in, getting the right coach in. I watch some of this grassroots. I watch Sporting Lagos. I watch Beyond Limits. The kind of football people want to play. I'm like, if you transplant that to Super Eagles, boom, nobody stops you. The team becomes unstoppable, and you pick the right players. Okay, look at what Chile. That's why I say Chile has to do his own part too. He has to do his own part as well, right? Where you knew you wanted to go long, because I tried to make excuses for him, but there was no excuse to be made.
Mr. Ogo, sorry, I saw somewhere in the media actually. I don't know how authentic the story is. Sesetu say, Babatunde, I like your energy, thank you. But please call in if you can.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw somewhere in the news, I don't know how true it is, that Chel was forced to play Ekong that day.
Desas, was he forced to play Desas as well?
No, I don't know about Desas, but for Ekong.
Because for me, Ekong,
I don't know how true the story is, but I saw it somewhere that he was forced to play Ekong that day.
Yeah, that cannot be true. Okay, Ekong for me, I don't feel was the biggest problem. Yes, he scored the own goal. And I believe that there are different ways to play football. Tiki-taka, high pressing, long balls. You wanted to play long balls.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a giant
that can play it properly.
6'6", that he will take that ball in his chest and 3 men will be struggling behind him. You say, no, I'll keep him on the bench. And I don't want to be disrespectful, but the striker that doesn't fit physical play in Nigerian team, that's the one you say, you know what, I'll go with him. I'll go with this striker that can't battle with anyone physically, and he'll be the guy. And I'll take Ademola Lookman, one of our superstars, take him out of his pivot position and drop him somewhere where he doesn't know what he's doing. And my style of football. For me, that is a sackable offense. Because this is not some friendly game where, you're trying to... This is World Cup qualifier. Well, before we move next to the Flying Eagles bit, so Kelvin, let's hear what you have to say about this whole points deduction, how you think Nigeria will do going forward into the...
And then the statement of Ipeba too.
And the statement of Ipeba, about the team lacking passion, Kevin, are you there?
Sorry guys, my network was bad then, so I went off.
No, that's fine. Understand. Sorry.
Yeah, we have a lot of problems, to be honest with you, from the NFF to the players. Trust me. See, we have a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
See, there are some players in the national team that they shouldn't. They're not supposed to be in the team. What is Moses Simon still doing in the national team, for God's sake? Like, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is not playing anything. This guy playing Basel, what's his name? Philippe Otele. The guy should be in the team. Absolutely. Moses Simon keep holding on the ball for a long time. See, your opponent before the game, they watch you over and over again. Now people knows his pattern of playing. He kills the game. He kills the game a lot. If you want to doubt me, go to the Unity Cup. I think was it against Jamaica or so. Felix Agu makes the run, he kills the run, delays the ball a lot. You know, I don't know what's going on. People like Ndidi, football left him already. They should be on the bench. They should be on the bench. The coach should work on all this. We have a long way to go, trust me.
Yeah, we do. We really, we really do. Really do.
And another thing, Mr. Kelvin, another thing I think is that honestly, some people have called me, some of my friends have called me what's it called, spokesman, because honestly speaking, I kind of always try to make excuses for him. Chell is a man that has heart. That's the truth. One thing I know for sure is that nobody
Yeah,
expected him to bring in Fredericks the way he did. See,
yeah, this is what we want. This is what we want
this
in the team.
exactly.
Bring new kids, young guys.
Yeah,
They can support everybody. If you
yeah.
if you
So
observe
this,
that Benjamin Frederick was a game
mm,
changer against South Africa. They
yes,
saw it. They don't believe. Like
yeah,
they were expecting a different guy to be in that defense, but they never saw
you
it
are right.
coming.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
this period we are in now, I feel like Chell is still trying to study some things. Chell will make some. See, I don't know if you saw in the news that he's already in contact with one boy from AC Milan like that. One young
Dog-
boy. The guy is
Odogu,
from
David
AC
Odogu
Milan
there.
just signed the guy.
David
Yeah,
Odogu, center back.
Odogu. Yeah.
Mr. Babatunde.
Yeah, there are also some other. Yeah, I'm with you.
Sorry. This is not
I can.
Eric Chell's job. This is not Chell's job. To be honest with you, this is NFF's job. See, go to Morocco national
But they are
team now.
we've agreed that we've all agreed that they're incompetent. So the truth is that, see, even when Gunnar was the coach of the national team, most of those dual national players that ended up playing for us, it was Erichel hard work. Erichel would be the one travel. I remember as at then he convinced what was it called?
Let's get a row.
Yeah, he was the first person that spoke to Felix Agu before Agu finally decided to change his mind and play for Nigeria. He
Yeah, true.
spoke to Jima. He spoke to this other guy that's now playing for Germany. He spoke to, so it has always been the work of the, what's it called? We know that NFF is incompetent.
Our
This
system
one,
is very bad.
yes, NFF talk is a special talk because their incompetence is out of this world. That's the truth. It's out of this world.
And it's
We know.
mystifying. It's
Yes.
mystifying. You know why I say it's mystifying? Because there's this thing in life that is survival, right? You do whatever you want to do to ensure you survive, right? So if
True.
you're not really getting money that you would want, you may do something that is wrong to give you money, right? And then if you do something that is right, maybe it doesn't give you as much money. But in the context of football, if you do the right thing, you would swim. You would swim in money, commercial revenue, whatever.
See, the truth is that football is not rocket science. The truth
Yeah.
is that you cannot expect.
So
You cannot
that
expect
is
that
what gets me.
the other countries are doing what is right, and you're not doing what is right. You expect to just win.
Exactly.
Just go
So for me,
you just
I'm coming from two perspectives. I'm coming from, okay, if your driving factor is money, oh, I want to get money, money. If that's your driving factor as NFF, if you do the right thing, that money that you feel is the end all and be all, you will get it. Because the more Nigeria continues to win, if Nigeria wins, bashes teams 6-0, 6-0, 6-0, qualifies for World Cup, maybe gets to semi-final, bigger airlines will come to say, oh, let's be your airline partner. We're going to pay you £30 million or $30 million every year because you've got to that level, your brand is up. If your league is good.
Mr. Go is never going to happen. Let me tell you why. Because except you have a change of leadership, our leaders are short-sighted and they are very selfish, they are wicked, they are short-sighted, they don't have sense. Those four things. They are wicked, they are selfish, they are short-sighted, they don't have sense. Those four things. That's the definition of NFF. Because they will never see. You see that immediate gain, that money they want to collect, that money they want to siphon. That is what they are after. They will never see it like that. Except we have a change of administrators. And I've been saying it on some sport platform that it is the sport journalists that have big platforms that can help us out with this issue. Because if
those ones can't help anybody.
Yes.
those ones can't help anybody because most of them,
some of them have been compromised.
they want to interview ex-players. They are in the pockets of the NFL. A lot of them. So Kevin, I don't know if you have something to say, and then we'll go to talk about Flying Eagles.
For me, to be honest with you, our NFF needs to wake up. Like if you look abroad in diaspora, we have a lot of dual nationals who play beautiful football out there. The midfield, the defense, as in, I see a lot of them week in, week out. But I keep asking myself, the guys don't call them. You don't ask them, like, do you want to play for the country? Give them a welcome reception.
See, let me tell you,
But like,
I'm not going to mention his name.
One who is 45 years to play the
There's a
national
boy,
team.
I'll not mention his name because obviously he has to.
It's so painful.
Yeah, I'll let you finish on this and then.
I look at.
Yeah, can we just hold a second?
Okay, I look at the Morocco. So jealous of them, to be honest with you. The Moroccan national team. Look at the system now from the under 17 to the under 20.
And the that
they're bringing boys from from Europe who has dual national. They're putting in the team.
And are you Moroccan? Your dad Moroccan? Your grandfather Moroccan? You're good. You can play. Get it, and they get all. They get all.
Mr. Go in a sane FA, there should be a department responsible for that.
Exactly.
There should be a department responsible, just like Mr. Kelvin. There should be a department responsible for that.
Yeah, there should be. There should be. So there's a boy. He plays for. He has a dual nationality. So I spoke to him. We had a chat on one of the platforms, and I said, "Okay, you play for Nigeria." He said, "Yes, if he's invited, if they invite him, he would be open to playing for Nigeria." You understand? So this is me with no official connection to get anybody to play for anything. So you can imagine if the actual FA with all the
Mr. Agu, I don't know if you watched Chuba Akpom's interview with was it Omar Katu?
Yeah, I watched that interview and I reacted to it on here as well.
You asked what he said, right?
Had switched nationality 2019.
No, it's not even that part. There was a part where Omar Katuba asked him that why is it that he did not play for Nigeria much earlier during the youth?
Yeah, I got that part. Yeah.
Yes, he said nobody ever reached out to them.
Exactly. For me, I've said it. If you say today, we genuinely want Ethan Nwaneri to play for Nigeria, we genuinely want him. We are doing all the things we want to do, but reach him. I said, leave it to me. Don't say anything about. Don't pay me. Do not pay me. Don't pay me. I will go and I'll talk. If you genuinely want the boy to play for you. But the thing is that all these players are there, but you go and meet one and say, oh, £10,000, you need the dollar, like things that don't make any sense, don't contribute to winning at all. They don't contribute to winning whatsoever. So I think we'll go on and on talking about NFF and all that, but we just hope Nigeria takes advantage of this apparent point deduction. But so still talking about Nigeria, we're going on to talk about Flying Eagles. Going to the under 20 World Cup. I don't know if Nigeria is playing under 20 World Cup or they're playing nothing, but under 20 World Cup, Nigeria will be going there in Chile. The team has apparently arrived Chile, and then the squad list. So we'll be going to the squad list and we'll be reacting to them. So let me bring this up here so we can see the list, and then Flying Eagles squad list. Has it come up yet? Okay, so this is the squad list now. So on the squad list, we got Ebenezer Harcourt, Sporting Lagos. So I think he was in the under 20 team, the AFCON. I think he was one of the kind of only positive thing, and one of the few positive things from that tournament. I know people say Nigeria finished third, so that should be a good thing, but I think he was the only good one. There's Clinton Ezekiel. Been hearing some good things about him for Bayelsa United. Fire Abubakar, to be fair, I don't know that much about him. Malvern FC. What you guys think? And then Ocheche Amos, Stadron. Okay, there's a name that's also missing from Star Dream, but we'll get to that one later on. And then Odinaka Okoro, mm-hmm. Odinaka Elijah Michelson Okoro. If you watch originals, you know what I mean. Daniel Klaus Michelson Bami, Bayelsa United. Marvelous, can't pronounce the name. Ikorodu City. Alantan Azuka, the Six Lions. Akinyele Ahmed Olamide, Remo Stars. Israel Ayuma, NK Istra. He was okay, not particularly impressive, in my opinion, on 20 AFCON. And Manuel Okuchio, FC Montana. Mustafa Kamaldeen, Para FA. Daniel Daga Molde, I think he's a special one, I think, that's my opinion. Anyways, hopefully he can kick on in the tournament. Awal Ibrahim, Aqua United. Nasiru Salihu, Kwabala FC. Wow. Forwards, Achichi, Royal Antwerp. Sani Suleiman, yes, Trenton, I've seen a bit of him. He looks nice and tidy, but is he super impressive? In my opinion, I don't think he is. Tahir Maigana, Wireless FC, I don't know that much about him. Parabo Areri, Leo SK, although unknown now to Mjondalen. And then Charles Agada, supposed to all have Agaba. It's Agada actually, plays for NK Istra. I think he is someone that is in the mode of an Aguero type player, short, stocky, has space, has a good shot on him, but sometimes he can be a tad selfish. But I think that's the case with many strikers, especially young strikers. Now, this squad at the bottom of this list. This name at the bottom of this list. I don't know who you are, Abdullahi.
That guy is not any. The guy is not in Manchester City anything.
When I saw this name, I said, "Good. How have you been sleeping? How have you been sleeping? All this time you do research on Manchester United, you do research on Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. You even you look at Beyond Limits. You look at Valiant. You look at Sporting Lagos FA. You look at Atlantic Business. How come you missed out on this superstar player, Abdullahi Shitu LA, forward for Man City in that matter? Because me, I like footballers all around, but when it comes to wingers and strikers, I kind of pay special, attention to them. So how did you miss out on this? Come to find out, this guy had never been linked to anything Manchester City until September 2025, which is when this list came out. So I wonder what you think about this, but just to point us, give us something to discuss first, and then we can all go on how we want to take it. Daniel Bami, people say, but I started playing when he was 13 or when he was 14. I don't quite understand. That's why I call him Daniel Klaus Michelson Bami, the guy that never dies. How is he on this list? People see this. If you look at Beyond Limits, if you look at Valiant, you look at those boys. Like when they tell you Promise Meliga 18, you don't argue. Ariel Korabo, is he 18 or 9? You do okay, yeah, okay. You don't argue. You don't like. How can you don't? Then there's Odinaka, Elijah Michelson, Okoro. How come? But anyway, let's have a look at this. I think Babatunde, I'll start with you. What do you think of this Flying Eagles list?
Honestly, let me start by developing from this story. So, okay. I had from I think it was Eagles Tracker, credits to Eagles Tracker, and I also read it online. That did I read it online or I saw it somewhere? I can't remember. But Eagles Tracker was the major source, credits to them. Mm-hmm. That one of the players that was supposed to go for the competition, he was invited, he came to camp, trained, very good player and everything, and they asked him to pay 10 million naira or he will not be part of the team. Wow. And it was Eagles Tracker, they don't carry fake news, those guys are Smith Lai and IoT. Those
Yeah.
guys are doing a great job. So he said he refused because the guy plays in Europe. He plays in Europe. He has a club. So the guy refused and said, okay, he was not going to pay that money. And then the following morning, they asked him. I think the following morning or something like that. I think 6 a.m. or so. They asked him to leave the camp because he did not have the money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think that clearly explains the reason why we see some names we're not supposed to see here. Are you telling me that with the talent we have both home and abroad, the young guys playing football both home and abroad, this is the best we can put together? It still goes back to the corruption we have been talking about. The system is crazily corrupt. This guy that they say Abdullah Eshitu Ele, I'm not seeing his name in Manchester City. I've not seen.
He's not there. When I saw Man City, I was thinking there's this guy with Edo heritage.
So now they are now
I
even.
was thinking that was it. I looked at it. I said, "What is happening here? How do we have this guy?" See, this is not. I'm not boastful or anything, but there is no Nigerian name you mention in any English academy that I may not know instantly, but I will not be like, I've heard that name before. Let me go and refresh.
No, you also do your research very well. You are good at that, especially when it comes to unearthing young talents.
Yeah.
So now you unearth young talent very well. I need to have read about some of them. This is not Nigerians' best. This is never our best.
Okay.
We have guys in academy in UK, US, Germany. We have guys playing good football there that their names. I know that okay, they probably try to get some players that they couldn't come because probably their club did not release them. But there are still some other clubs, and it's because NFF does not have a good relationship with most of these clubs. That's the truth. But there are still some other clubs that some of these guys play for that will release these guys to us. Look at what we are putting together. See, let me tell you the truth. This is my honest opinion. I think this team is set up for failure already. As usual, probably we'll struggle to come out of the group, we get to knockout round, and that will be the end. But this team, as it is set for failure. That is just the truth. Only a few bright spots, maybe Parabo Areri, Daniel Daga, who else again? This guy from State the Rhymes. The guy is really a good player. This Amos Oye Jefu, or what's his name? Then probably maybe Ebenezer Akot. I heard that this Clinton guy too is a good goalkeeper. The Clinton Ezekiel from Bayelsa United. Yeah. Then probably who else again? Maybe that's then this guy, Sani Suleiman of AS Trenching, is actually a very nice player, and this actually so maybe just a very few bright spots. The remaining, they probably paid their way through the coach. Let us ask ourselves the question. What's his name? Their coach, what's his name again?
Zubair.
Ali Zuberu.
Yeah.
The guy is not on contract, so how is he getting money? Exactly.
So I'll mention one thing, and then I'll let Kevin give his take on this. So there was this Jonathan Spieth Asuzu. His mom is Argentine.
Yeah, the guy from Argentina.
River Plate, yeah.
Yeah,
his mom is Argentine.
He came to camp.
Yeah, came to camp. How do you drop him for Abdullahi Shitu Ele? How?
And I'm very sure that that guy was dropped because he did not agree to their shenanigans. I'm very sure.
Because I'm not going to exaggerate. Somebody said that guy is like Julian Alvarez. I said, come on, Faith. Now what are you talking about? I watched this kid. I said, wow. Niger men and nozzle. You've taken your nozzle to Argentina and you've brought this kind of talent to us. You just have it. You've not had to work for it. You've not had to create any structure, academic structure for him to come through. He's just there. He wants to play for you. Initially, they said it was passport issue. I said, how is that possible? How is passport issue a thing? When normal citizens can walk into different high commissions or embassies and pay for express.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a government entity.
That's it. I think I've just given us an example now. A player that and they ask him to pay. No, I think that just tells the whole story. The guy, I'm sure the guy refused.
Yeah, probably they've told the father, say pay. The guy said no.
Yes.
And why should you? Why should you? So Kevin, let me hear what you've had to say about this, and then we'll go on to react to some things in the chat.
Yeah. To be honest, for me, I see no raw talent in this list, to be honest with you. Even the guy they said that plays for Man City, I've checked in, checked out, as I can't find his name on the
It doesn't
list.
exist.
It's not there.
It doesn't exist. It does not
I get
exist
it.
as a football player.
It
So
doesn't exist.
for me, this is the corruption we have been talking about, like day in, day out,
Somebody
and
maybe I've said Megida. Please now, I know this son, this is our boy. He likes to play football. Can you
so
speak to this? I've spoken to Gusa. Gusa has put his name there. So, sorry, go on, Kevin, please.
this kid from River Plate, I was expecting the guy to be on the list, but it's so painful he didn't make the list. There's this guy who plays for Chelsea Academy, Ezewata.
Yeah,
I
the
Yeah,
was
thing is,
hoping to,
the thing is in water.
yeah.
yeah,
He's a
I
reason
was
why.
hoping he's gonna be on the list. But this is what we have been singing out day in, day out. If our system is so organized, the likes of one Neri should be on this team,
Yeah.
you know.
And,
So
and even
we don't.
yeah, just to mention one thing. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Mm, no
See,
problem.
even the grassroots guys like Merville in
Mm.
Beyond Limit that is scoring goals, taking names. So even if you say, "Oh, this is our national team, we want to balance it," how come he is not here? How
He
come
doesn't
he's
have
not here?
he doesn't have 10 million.
He's that. Is it what's his name? What's his name? The captain of Sporting Lagos FA, that the defender. Is it Ishak? Yeah. Why isn't he here? If we're going grassroots, we want to stick with people who are home based, not here. Sorry, Kevin, go on. Please go on. Complete your thought, please.
Yeah, honestly, like our system is very bad. We shouldn't be dragging 8-1 with England if our system is good. You should be the one to walk up to us and say, "I want to play for Nigeria. I'm happy to play for my motherland or my fatherland." I was expecting a lot of list, a lot of name on the list, which are like very important. Not seeing someone playing for under 20 like 3 times, claiming to be 18 or 17. It doesn't make any sense. I don't want to call names, you know. To be honest with you, there are guys there who are 35, 30. Yeah, I'm not their dad, but this was clean our football. Someone will claim 18 and they have been to under 20 like 2, 3 times. So, we need to work on that too. Our age grade system is dying. When was the last time we saw someone like Mikel Obi, Taiwo? Uh, you know, there's no raw talent anymore. Before our system was when you play for under 17, under 20, you come in the national team. We don't beg foreign players before. This just started like recently. Before we go from under 17, Kelechi Iheanacho, Nwakali them, Taiwo under 20, you know, this was the system before. But things change now. We're the one begging players to come play for the national team. It's so shameful. A country with fucking left. Yeah, a country with over 230 million people. It's a big shame. This is only the talent we can produce in the country. I was hoping for Divine Olise to be in the team, but he's missing. The kid is good. Trust me, he's good. I'll watch him play. Then that guy is very good. I'll watch him play too. There's this guy who plays in Sweden, Ereri, something like that.
He plays
The
in
striker.
Norway.
And Norway. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very good too. Very, very good. There's this kid who played for Nice in France. Aribo.
Orapo.
Orabo. Orabo.
He's now no
Yeah.
longer in Montpellier.
There's another one that played for Reims too. Reims. They said they did not release that one. Is this
Hafiz Ibrahim.
Hafiz Ibrahim? Sorry, they did
Yeah,
not release.
Hafiz Ibrahim.
There's one now in the French team, in the French league. He plays for, I think, Toulouse. He's just 17, Peter something. And the kid is good. This is what we want. We
Yeah,
start from
Mr. Kevin, even if you go to England, most of these they are boys that play on that 23 Premier League 2. You see a lot of Nigerians in Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City. What are those boys?
I saw someone, a friend of mine was telling me he's from Uganda. He said, "You guys can't beat South Africa." I told him, "Yeah, we can't beat South Africa because, okay, yeah, there was a bit issue with the pitch, yeah, understandable, but our system is so bad. Match to match, South Africa is no match to Nigeria. Absolutely.
At all.
So I don't know what's going on. We need to change our system. We don't need all this. Our grassroots football is dead. It's dead.
So now the thing that's annoying about the grassroots thing and NFF is you have to work for something but someone is offering you something on a platter. Like, for instance, the Creative Championship, right? The Creative Championship. They're not backed by the NFF. No.
Yeah, you know what? One thing I want to say again is, to be honest with you, if there's a good reception from the NFF, from the government, trust me, these players we want to die. See, if you watch that game against South Africa, I wasn't expecting Ndidi to come off. Trust me, he was injured. But Mokoena was injured. He was stretched out. He came on that field and he finished that game. This is the zeal we're talking about.
I think this injury is not a small one. He's even till now, he's still out injured. He has not been playing for. I think he's going to be out for like a month or two. His injury is a very serious one. Same with Online. Now, Online not just
Online
injury is actually a very serious one. And that day, if you watch very well, he wanted to get back on the pitch, but he couldn't continue. It was a very serious injury. Yeah.
Wow. So that's the list. And for viewers watching, even if the list is utter shambles, in my humble opinion,
serious shambles. This list reflects Nigerian corruption. Like,
I'm telling you, this list is awful. It's an awful list. When I look at this list,
I just pray they go through the second round. I just pray they go through the second round. But for me, to be honest with you, I want a raw talent from this team. I want the next Jonobi Mikel. I want the next Taiwo. I want the next
Let's be sincere with ourselves. Like I said, apart from maybe one or two few bright spots, there's nothing in this list. So we can't see all those things you mentioned. Sorry to say. And to be sincere with you, Mr. Kelvin, I don't wish this team go far. Because if this team goes far, we will keep doing this.
See, let me tell you something. This is where I disagree with you. I agree with you on a lot of things. Where I will disagree with you is this. I want to see a Nigerian team do well and win something.
Okay.
See, you know why I say that? Because even if they don't do well, NFF will not say we've learned anything. That is the truth of the matter. Even if this team gets smashed 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, the whole group games, nothing will change.
And you know what they will not do? You know what they will not do? They will sack Ali Zubero. Then after like 2 years, they will take him.
They'll bring him back again. Look at what man Gaba is doing. The other side, this is paradise compared to what under 17 list is.
Oh, no, that one is worse. I've seen that one too.
You know one thing. For me, I'm not saying out of all the players, we need to get all the talent from them, like from everybody. We just need 4-5 is enough. 4-5 is enough. You know, so we can start preparing for the next World Cup.
I hope
2030.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's my prayers. Because honestly, our grassroots football is gone. Now we need to see, apart from the players, if you look at the Super Eagles team now.
Kevin? Yeah, I think if he's still there, one of the points that maybe the point he's trying to make, but the Super Eagles team, by the next World Cup.
I agree with you with what you said. The truth is that even if these boys don't do well, they will still keep doing the same thing the same way.
Exactly. Nothing's going to change except you have a minister of sports that is, or maybe a presidency that really cares so much that can use some persuasive way to push them out.
Let me ask you a question. Is it that there's nothing we can do? Is it that we're going to keep watching and they will keep destroying our football?
No, the thing is that FIFA has found a way to protect its cronies in the different FAs, which is if any government comes and interferes with anybody, boom, you're punished. Maybe you miss out on a couple of World Cups or things like that. That sort of thing.
But is it not at this stage you are in? Is it not better than even panels? So we can come back and come and make.
No, for me, if we want the change, we need to put someone there on the top who knows about football. Yeah. I don't know why our 94 squad, they're just there criticizing. Come in.
Squad, I said, those people are one of the worst examples of Nigeria.
No, honestly, you come in.
Those guys.
Yeah,
in terms of what they did in 1994, in the AFCON, the World Cup, taking Nigeria the farthest they've been to the World Cup. Kudos. Brilliant. But you see, after that, when each of them opens their mouth to talk about Nigerian football, you see even the ones that speak with, some level of eloquence, where they land is always rubbish. Aside of coach, I've not really heard the coach talk anything. You see, only said, I call this name because I don't care if I get the interview, fine. If I don't get, no problem. You see, only said he came out talking about brand, about Victor Osimhen, his brand, his attitude, talking of things. And there are some things that even on Eagles Tracker they were saying about Victor Osimhen. I disagree with them. I came to their chat and I dropped some things in the chat there. Not as in, of course, because they do fabulous work. Kudos to Eagles Tracker, they do very good work. But they were sort of following the tone of Olise, and I just felt like he was getting things really, really wrong. And someone like Olise is someone who is dangerous for him to get things wrong because he will be sounding eloquent, he will sound like he's saying something very right, and a lot of people will be buying into it. So there's a deeper issue about branding and all those kind of things. That people don't get that. Branding of footballers is quite different. It starts from how you create that narrative around them when they are young. That's how you build their brand. Max Daumann now, in the next 2 years, that guy may be sold for 100 million pounds. What am I saying? If he's to be sold now, when he turns 16, next year, it will maybe be 60, 70 million pounds. But let's not digress too much. Let's go to the charts, and then there's one more issue, not issue, but point of discussion. So, one thing has gone off. So, but the pitch at Bloemfontein is better than Uyo. How is that possible? That's not possible. That Bloemfontein pitch was bad. With due respect, say good because, and why it's a shame for me is because one thing South Africans, you guys will always tell us is that you have a better league. I agree, you have a better league, and you have good pitches. So why did you take that game to that horrible pitch when you have some of the best pitches in Africa? Why? Why? There's no point. So Molondi says South Africa points being deducted.
They don't want to play man-to-man with Nigeria. That one.
Exactly. They know what they're doing. So South Africans' points being deducted doesn't mean, according to Melondi on Lovo, says South Africans' points being deducted doesn't change anything. Nigeria is still not going to qualify for FIFA World Cup 2026. Well, you made a fair point there, but let the points get deducted. That's it. Then Mr. Manq says 6-0. Gone are those days of Nigerian dominance. Oh well. So Nano Man said again, Truth has Africans, but that's why it's called for essay. All right. Nano, you don't want me to go into it to deep things. Talking about having African blood. Okay. So this for Baton says Maddy Kane says I like your energy. That's nice to hear that. Babatunde, that's for you in case you're watching. And I think that's about that's about all the chats we can take. So one last bit. Something that was said about Uche Chrisantus' contract, and that is, take this off now. Before I go on to make the point, if you're interested in trivia, there's some trivia going on the channel. You can go have fun and let's test your football knowledge. I think Kelvin has participated in a couple of them. Go and test your football knowledge more. We come on the channel, so to make it a bit fun, and let's see how deep your football knowledge is. So Uche Chrisantus, I think they've been revealed that if he plays up to 10 games, his loan will turn to a permanent transfer for Crystal Palace. And for me, that's what I say from the when that loan was done. 10 games. That's just essentially we want to sign you, but we don't have the resources to sign you this year. But we want to have you in-house, and then next year we'll make it permanent for accounting purposes. So I think that's why they've done that 10-match thing. So and then of course for Atlanta they got bashed yesterday by PSG. So now they have decided to reinstate Ademola Lookman. He's now training. He's now back to training with them. So Kelvin, let me know what you think your thoughts and opinions about these two topics, these 2 points of discussion.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Chrisantus Uche is a wonderful player. Trust me. Even when he was in Getafe, like I tell people, like the guy will be in Man City or Barcelona 2 years from now. Trust me, he's a fantastic player. I could remember the coach who coached him before he moved to Getafe. They were two in number. He said these two guys, they're untouchable. They have talent. They are raw talent. At the match against Sunderland, when he came in, I think he played like 5 minutes or so. But if when he touched the ball, you know that yeah, the guy is wonderful. He wants to play. He's hungry. And I tell people once you play in Spain and Italy, being a midfielder, you're wonderful. But once you play in Spain or Italy, and like they push you off front, playing behind the striker, it means not that you're not good enough. It means like he's not really that good as a midfielder. Trust me. Playing as a striker, I think he's more better and comfortable playing as a striker or behind the striker. So for me, 2 years from now, I see Uche moving to a very bigger club. I'm telling people, Man City, 100%. The guy is good. I've watched him play. I love the energy. He's so tall. He's strong. I wonder why he didn't came on so early against South Africa. So how I wish he came on early. They will be sweating, or their pants will be very wet. They don't want him to play. So, but nevertheless.
Yeah. So
I wish him all the best. He's a good player, and I think
For me, I think he's someone that should be in that Nigerian team as a starter right now. That midfield needs to be shaken up, in my opinion. The likes of Ndidi should be,
true.
Good team support, like be on the bench, 10 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go. You come on and then you provide that support. But I think that Uche Chrisantus, if it is against Casemiro, because of this uniqueness of the skill he brings, I think he should be another one. And on Yedika, this should be the heart of the midfield right now.
We miss what's his name? So for me, I think he will sit in Crystal Palace permanently after the loan deal. I have the faith he will stay there permanently, 100%.
Yeah,
he's a good player.
And then what do you think about it? Do you think this is something real, like that serious now to have him as part of the team, or
I'm so happy.
like just to save face?
Yeah, I'm so happy for him. If the news is true, I'm so happy for him to be back, and I was very happy yesterday they were smashed. I was so happy they were smashed. Yeah, I like it, to be honest with you, because if they keep winning every day, like they'll say, "Oh, we don't have anything to do with him. He can sit out, train alone, being on the bench. We don't care." But you can't treat an African best like this. Trust me. If he's from England, like playing from England or Spain, you can't treat him like this. Trust me. No, and one advice I would give to our African players, especially Nigerian players, like get a good agent. Get a good agent who is so educated. Trust me, not getting someone at the backyard. You are signing your contract. You need to look on all the deals on your contract. You can't just sign a 5 years contract, 5 years deal is done. Look at the clause on your contract, the release clause and everything. Our players need to get good agents. It happened to Victor Osimhen. He almost ruined his career. Trust me. The guy is supposed to be in Chelsea. I'm not happy for him playing in Galatasaray. Trust me. I want to see him in a big top club in Europe, smashing goals week in and week out. Winning around African best. He's just 26. Ronaldo is 40. The guy is still flying high. So for me, Ademola Lookman, I wish him all the best. I'm so happy he's going to come back to the team, because if you watch our previous 2 games we played against Rwanda and South Africa, yeah, he's a wonderful player. He got talent, but the match fitness is not there no more. He lost it. So he needs to come back to the team. He needs to play week in and week out, and I wish him all the best. And probably next summer, he will make that move that he wanted. So, but if you stop treating African players like this, trust me, he's African best for God's sake. So,
fair point. You made some very good points. I agree with a lot of them. But on the player side, I think getting good agents, like I say, is one of the things you should do as well. And then because the contracts, when you sign those contracts, that's the thing I think that's the problem a lot of Nigerian players, right? The main thing they think about is my weekly pay, my sign-on package, and they don't really think about exit strategy, exit clauses. If I want to leave, what are the clauses that should be in this contract? You should be having buyout clauses, release clauses. Will be 20 million euros, 55. If XYZ club bids for me, I should be able to leave. Because gentleman's agreement, I've said this in a number of videos. A gentleman's agreement is fool's gold. It doesn't exist. Anything that has to do with money, anything that someone tells you, oh, don't worry, if you're a good boy, don't worry, we'll sort you out. Don't worry. If a club comes for you and want to sign you, if a club comes for you and you want to go, don't worry, you're sorted out. Don't worry, no problem. It's cool, fine. Nah.
You can imagine.
Want to go.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll just make it point. I'll let's set the floor. If you want to leave and you want your contract to be brought to you by an eagle with a broken wing, have it inserted in that contract. Don't any promise. Oh, it's going to be done, because that's what has basically happened at Demola Lookman and Atalanta. Is he said, we said. They say, oh, we had an agreement. The CEO of Atalanta come out to say, oh, we had a different agreement. The transfer was for only clubs, so for only clubs outside of Serie A. So those things are super important, for people to know. So Kelvin, let me see, I'll take, and then Babatunde.
Yeah. The thing is, to be honest with you, the contract he signed, I think maybe the extension or when they bought him, like they said, no Italian club can buy him from Atlanta. If I'm the one, trust me, I'm not gonna sign that deal.
No, you're missing the point.
It doesn't make any sense.
That agreement was
that's why I said our Nigerian players need to get a good, very good agent.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. So we are saying the same thing. It wasn't even in the contract. It was verbal agreement, verbal understanding. Don't worry, if you get an offer that you want, we're going to sign you. We're going to let you go. So he's got an understanding of that any club, including Italian club, they are saying they're not any club that is in Italy is not part of that agreement. There has to be a club outside of Serie A. So that is what the issue is. So anything you want has to be in the contract. I think Batunde has fallen off. So just to say, on this channel we'll be doing watch-alongs for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. Let's see how that will go, how that shakes down. So for all the games, if you want to watch the World Cup, I think it's available on FIFA Plus. So you can watch them. I think Nigeria plays the first game on the 29th of this month. So look, well, because for me, I won't lie to anyone and say I won't watch, because once I see Nigeria play, I want to watch it. Even if I may end up getting upset after watching the match, I'll watch it nonetheless. So, but this team and the promise we had going into this Asuzu boy, the boy is special. My God, as a striker, that boy is special. He is special. If you had him and Areli Parabo as your striking options, my word, going into this, it would have been something else. Divine Onyemachi, they say let you refuse. They say let you refuse, which is something I have an issue with FIFA, because it feels like a lot of cronyism is going on with FIFA, because this is not like some competition that was created by somebody else. This is a FIFA tournament. It is a FIFA tournament. It's in the FIFA calendar. So for you to have any agreement with clubs to say they don't have to release players, because this is kind of like the Olympics, it's not in proper FIFA World Cup, it's not in proper FIFA calendar. It doesn't make any sense to me, right? because it is a main tournament. It should be a serious tournament, right? So I don't get it. I don't get this thing. And then they say it's for because of the Club World Cup. That's why they come up with this exception, And even if you're saying the Club World Cup, is it every a club in that league that participated in the Club World Cup? So if that's the case, why are you then extending that exception to everyone else? And how are you now allowing teams to use that as an excuse to deny access to 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds that will never get any game time for the first team, even after the World Club Cup, even after the Under 20 World Cup, they won't get any game time. Chizaram Ezewanta, top talent, 100%. I've seen him play, top talent, right? But we know at Chelsea, he's not going to play this season. He won't play. He won't play for the first team. So I don't understand how you use you look at a first team competition, use that as a reason to not allow academies deny national teams their players. And technically, they can actually choose the club, the country they allow the players go to. You understand? Because what they say is that the clubs should have relationship with should have relationships with the what's it called with the countries and have those negotiations on time so they can release players and all that. So a club can very well say, "Oh yeah, we have relationship with XYZ country, so that's why we allow this player go." The rule just doesn't make sense to me, and I think this is one of those things that Infantino has just fumbled, or maybe he hasn't fumbled it. Maybe something is doing intentionally, so as to smoothen certain FA people when they get to vote for the next FIFA president. Maybe, just maybe. So Kelvin, back on. So what do you have to say about this whole FIFA new regulation or ruling about not allowing that clubs can decide not to release players for under 20 World Cup?
Well, for me, I think this law is for Africans. I don't think this can apply to a top European country like Spain, England, Germany. I don't think it's funny, but I think this is for Africans because you can't tell me if it's a one is playing for England today and he wants to go for the 20 World Cup and Arsenal will tell him he can't go. I don't think it's possible. No, yeah, it happens even when our big boys want to come for the AFCON. It happens to, I think, Emmanuel Dennis, I think for the last AFCON or so, or the last two AFCON, Nottingham Forest or Watford, they told him he can't travel to play for Nigeria at the AFCON. It's so crazy. It doesn't make any sense. You can't do that to Hurricane. No way, no chance. Yeah, let's be honest here. So I
Yeah,
think this law applies to like African teams, but the law is unfair. It should be changed.
yeah,
Or
I agree with you
if
in that regard. But then again, that's where, like I said earlier on, these national associations, especially Nigeria Football Federation, should begin to have these interactions with these players, on time. So you get this buy-in already, so that even if they miss out on one opening, because there was this experience I had. What's his name now? Carlton Cole. Carlton Cole, actually, his parents or parents, he has Nigerian heritage, and his parents
true,
are from River State. I think
true.
Omo, if I'm not mistaken, in River State. And he was invited. Then the law was a lot looser in terms of when you play for a country, what happens to you, what happens, whether I can make nationalities with them. Was you play one game, doesn't matter the game you play for one country, and then it's done. You can no longer switch. So he was invited to Nigeria. He was on the bench, but I don't know whether it was due to some restriction issues or something. He didn't come on. The moment he went back, the moment he went back, the next international break, he played for England one game, or was it two games, and that was it. Curtains. International career over.
Mm.
So
I think I think again, if like they can change the window to make it like easier for the clubs and the players too to represent the country, like they can play during the summer when most of the clubs are pre-season or holiday, I think that will be the best for
Yeah,
me. I
but
think
on the
during the
flip side
summer,
of it is for AFCON, the weather that time, I'm not sure. A lot of people are saying, let's play World Cup in summer, in African summer. That's when some countries like 40 degrees.
mm,
I'm
mm,
not sure boys from Europe can actually, play too well in those kind of conditions or things like that. So I think that, well, there's a lot for them to look at in terms of ways that they can really adapt things to suit these to suit players, to suit countries, to suit associations. And for me, I just feel like if the NFL organize, what you do is the moment this World Cup is done, you
yeah,
have a bunch of friendly games. The moment this under 20 World Cup is done,
right,
you have a bunch of friendly games where you just go, boom. We'll take a couple of home based boys. We're going to England. Dual nationals will be will form majority of that team. So you may have five boys from the TCC, the Creative Championship. You have like five of them. Then the rest from dual nationals from England, those that want to play. So with that, they get to know that, oh yeah, these guys really want us. These guys, are really, they really care about us. They really want us to be part of their team. And that's how you get them to be in tune with what you're doing. And so I'll just go to the top of the show and then I'll run through things and then we'll give our final thoughts on everything. So if you're just joining the stream, we have been talking about very important issues respecting Nigerian football. Firstly, FIFA have sent some notification to South Africa about their investigation with respect to South Africa fielding an ineligible player, the Mokwena, and so FIFA wants feedback or response from South Africa. So the expectation is that South Africa will be deducted 3 points and will have a 3-goal deficit, which will leave them with 14 points, level on points with the Republic. And then Nigeria will be on 11 points. So the whole thing is that sort of gives Nigeria some life in terms of qualifying for the next World Cup. So that then means what Nigeria will be looking to do is to win both games and then hoping South Africa loses one, which is very possible. But Nigeria needs to be there to take advantage of that situation. And then we looked at the Flying Eagles list. If you were here, what did you make of the names on that list? Just some opinions on that as well. In the comment section. And then we talk about contract situation. Chrisantus Uche could end up making his moves to Crystal Palace permanent if he plays 10 games for Crystal Palace. I think that's top news because he is a very, very good player, in my opinion. I think he should be the heart or one of the fulcrums rather that the Nigeria Super Eagles midfield is built upon. Uche Chrisantus, Ebenezer Akinsimiro maybe, and of course Rafael Onyedika. I think they should be the heart of that midfield right now. And then of course Chris Uba is still raw, but what that guy has, what that boy has is really special. Hopefully he comes good on that one. And then of course Ademola Lookman, is he being reintegrated by Atlanta? At least now they're saying he can train with the team. Previously, the Atlanta manager was saying he's not going to beg anybody. That he likes Ademola Lookman, but he won't beg anybody. Anybody that doesn't want to play for the club, he doesn't care so much about the player. So this was discussed overall all through the show. And let me know what your thoughts are. And I've talked about trivia. We have different trivia that have been going on the channel. So if you want to participate, have some fun about it. There was a trivia for Chelsea Bayern Munich games. The trivia for Victor Osimhen on the channel right now. So go have a look. Participate. More will be coming up on the channel, and so you can participate and have fun with that. So before I close up, so Kevin, let me have your last words, the final words for today's show on the topic.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been fantastic. Thank you for having me, and I'll keep coming up. Just that I'm at work. I can be on live video. That's why I muted my cameras. Or trust me, whenever I'm home and you're live, I'll come on with my cameras on. I love your show. I love what you're doing. Like you're promoting Nigerian football. It's good. You're passing the message. That's the only way we could pass the message to the NFF and to Nigerians all over the world. Football is one of the stuff which bring us together.
Yes.
So I'm so happy. Keep it up. I
Thank you
love
so
it.
much. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thanks so much, Kevin. Hopefully, another show you join me as well. Looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks. All right. So thanks everyone who has been watching. Hope you smash the like button, you subscribe to the channel. And if you also want to participate in any of these shows as we do it, you always see the link to join the video in the comment section. You can click on it and you can join, and we can have a discussion face to face. And with view to the FIFA Under 20 World Cup that will be coming up, we'll be having watch alongs for most of the matches, especially the games that Nigeria will be involved in. So you can join me on that one as well while you're watching on your screen via FIFA Plus. You could have watching on mine, and we can all be reacting together and having that discussion and chat on respect to that on here. And there'll be different shows that'll be coming up on this channel. So if you'd like to be a part of that, let me know in the comment section. As well, you want to join the WhatsApp community. The description is in the link to the channel is in the description to this YouTube channel. You can click on it and join there as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing you on our WhatsApp group. And also, if you want to be a member of the channel as well, to have some exclusive content on the channel, because there's some certain exclusive content I want to have on here, some special content, respect to be me doing some football manager stuff in terms of playing on football manager, the football manager game itself will be on there. Some animated content that relates to football will also be on there. Some exclusive content, just so various unique product vlogs as well will be on there as well. If you want to join there, that's fine. You can also join there. You can also join, and for a minimal fee, it's on there. But if that doesn't interest you, that's fine. Just keep watching the channel, keep subscribing to the channel, and let the channel continue to grow. And I'd like to say this: the vision for this channel is, of course, yes, we talk about Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, and all that, but we talk about Nigerian football too. We talk about progressive Nigerian football. We talk about grassroots football. We talk about Flying Eagles, Super Eagles. Of course, we'll talk about all this stuff. But also, we want to be able to change lives and impact lives. And the only way we can do it via this channel is to make this channel grow as much as it can grow. And that's something that you definitely can do. That's something definitely you can help me do. Subscribe, like, smash the like button, share this so that our voices become even louder and reach as far as possible and get to people that can make decisions about things, and then we can also get to impact people, because the way this channel can be a place where you see people get scholarship off the back of this channel. You see raw talents being spotlighted off the back of this channel. So this channel is more than just a football channel. But at this point, I've come to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for being super amazing, watching this video all through, from every topic we've discussed, an hour and a half right now. It's been wonderful having you on here. Thank you so much. You are the real MVPs. You are the real champions of this channel. And so we've come to the end of this video. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on yet another video. Do have a splendid rest of your day. Stay well, most definitely. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.